Welcome inside of our Lazy Day RV Company Studios, the Greeley Stampede, right next to the free stage, something that you're pretty familiar with there, Ned LeDoux, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
You've done that stage a few times.
Yeah, it's always been a fun stage to play.
But you played the main stage inside as well, too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was probably about 13 or 14 years ago. I was just talking to some of the guys backstage, trying to remember the last time we played it. It was with Dad, of course.
Do you remember what year it was? Did you guys figure it out? Last year you played here?
I can just kind of say it's probably been 13 or 14 years ago.
Okay. You do the math.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I remember him telling our pyro guy, go ahead, there's no ceiling here, so you just go ahead and fill it up.
A lot of years he played on the 4th of July, I remember, and so we would get to watch a fireworks show inside, and then we would always get to come out as kids and watch the fireworks show out here as well. It was a tradition in this area for sure to watch your dad play on the 4th of July and then celebrate the fireworks as well. It was cool for us here for sure.
Yeah, it was always a great time here in Greeley. Yeah.
Now, Ned LeDoux hanging out with us, obviously. You're on your own now, doing your own thing, and kind of living in your dad's footsteps for sure. I know you sound a lot like him. We were just talking to Chase Rice a little while ago, and he's like, man, I just closed my eyes on the bus a few minutes ago, listened to Ned LeDoux play, and pretended it was his dad there for a second. It's pretty neat that you're carrying on that tradition for sure. And I know that's something that's important to you.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to fill anybody's boots. I can only be who I am, but I'll forever play my dad's songs in our live show. Even if I get to a point where I have like 4 or 5 of my own albums out and I can fill a 90-minute show with nothing but Ned LeDoux material, I'm always going to do some of Dad's stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool, and we look forward to that. Tonight you're going to do something special with Chase Rice. We were talking to him about that a little bit. That's got to be special for you as well. You don't always get somebody to come on stage and sing Dad's songs with you.
Yeah. I don't want to let the kid out of the bag.
Okay, we won't.
Just,
a special surprise, that's all we'll say.
Come out and see it for yourself.
Yeah, it's going to be neat. What can we expect from a Ned LeDoux show? For people that haven't seen you perform as a solo actor, obviously you do some of your dad's songs. You put out an EP here recently as well. It's kind of a mix between the two.
Yeah, it's about maybe 70% of Dad's material, but then of course we do everything that I've ever written and recorded. But it's we try to keep it high energy, and
riding mechanical bulls and pyro and everything on stage.
Well,
still?
that was Dad's thing. Yeah.
Okay.
The bucking machine. It's at the museum in Cheyenne.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a good place for it. So, we're just kind of building up on a new adventure, and this has been a great time. We got a couple of guys from Western Underground with me, and we got some new faces on stage too. But we're just gonna try to rock it out.
It's gonna be fun on stage. I know it's been 13 or 14 years since you've been on the big stage, so I know it's exciting for you. It's exciting for us to see you up there as well. Now, talk to me a little bit about that music. You put out the EP that you mentioned. I know you got an album coming out this fall. What can we expect as far as the music goes? Is it something that's gonna sound like your dad, or is it gonna be something that people are gonna listen to and say, no, that's Ned LeDoux?
Well, I get that all the time that I sound like Dad, but I swear I'm not trying to.
It just
comes out, right. But the EP, I'm very proud of what we did there, and it was kind of like having like my kids,
Yeah.
And then I wrote another bushel of songs, and they're kind of like step kids coming into the house, and I was like, I don't know if I can like you guys so much yet. But then once we got them recorded, it's like, come on, welcome to the family.
Right.
I'm very happy with the way this new stuff turned out, and we're looking at a early November release on it, because I just got out of the studio about a month ago.
Okay.
So there's a lot of mixing and mastering that is involved, and but I'm very excited for this new stuff.
I'm excited for it as well. The EP sounds great, first of all, so kudos on that, man.
Thank you.
Sounds so good. Can't wait to hear more Ned LeDoux music. Do you have an exact release date?
What is it, November 3rd?
November 3rd.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. That's going to be fun stuff, man. Now, let's talk a little bit about other stuff, not Ned LeDoux stuff. What are you listening to right now?
Well, a lot of the same stuff that I was listening to back in the late 80s and 90s.
Okay.
But ever since I started writing songs,
yeah.
I started listening to the lyrics, and I've realized, understood why my mom took away some of my albums back in the 80s. Oh, that's why she took that one. But now I kind of listen to a variety of stuff. I mean, Tom Waits is one of my favorites. A good buddy of mine, Corblund.
Yeah.
And of course my producer, Mac McAnally, has some great stuff. His new album that he released, it's been a while ago, it's called AKA Nobody, and it's got some awesome stuff on there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of a variety of cowboy and rock and roll.
Are you inspired by that stuff you listen to, or are you just on your own? Do you come up with your own stuff?
Yeah, I'm definitely inspired. I mean, because when it comes to songwriting, I'll listen to these guys, and I'll kind of get an idea of how to go a new direction,
right?
On maybe an idea that I have, how to kind of piece it together. And so I listen to stuff all the time, every day, just come up with new ideas.
What clicked in you? You were playing drums in your dad's band, and you were playing drums in Western Underground.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide that, hey, I want to be a singer, I want to move to the front of the stage, I want to write songs, and I want to put out albums?
Well, it was kind of a slow transition, because when my dad passed away, before he passed away, I never even considered singing, never even crossed my mind. But I pick up the guitar and play it every now and then. But then when Dad passed away and Western Underground decided to kind of pick up the reins and keep rolling, that's when I started getting up on stage and singing like one or two of his songs.
Yeah.
And the first one I ever learned was Rodeo Man. And so that was really the only one I knew for a long time, and I was like, well, I better learn another one. And so eventually I got maybe 16 or 17 songs worked up, and I did my first solo gig probably, I think it was 2014, and scared to death, 45-minute set, and but when I was driving back home, I kind of started to crave it. I mean, there was a sense of relief, thankful that it was over.
Right, yeah,
But
I did it, I did it.
I thought, if I could do that again, I think I could do better. So yeah, just as years went by, I just kept playing more and more shows, and a lot of them were just solo gigs.
Right.
But then I thought, I wonder if I could get a band together. So that's when I asked some of the guys if they'd like to come out with me, and here we are.
That's cool, man. What a cool story. What's your favorite song that your dad did?
It'd have to be one that he wrote himself, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Hippies in Calgary is a fun one. Photo Finish. Rodeo Man has probably got a
first one you learned.
Yeah, it kind of holds that
special.
special. Yeah. So yeah, I loved all of his stuff.
What songs can we expect? Do you play the hits, your dad's hits tonight?
Yeah, we'll do like 8-Second Ride, and Cadillac Cowboy, and This Cowboy's Hat. But yeah, we'll kind of mix it up. Yeah, do some of the old stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you put a cover on the EP, right?
Yeah, it's a song, Johnson County War, and I was thinking about doing one of his songs, but I wanted to do one that maybe a lot of people hadn't really heard, maybe they kind of forgot about.
Yeah.
And the story is about where I'm from. It happened back in the late 1880s, and it was basically the story is between the small ranchers and the big cattle barons.
Okay.
And the Johnson County War. Okay. And so yeah, it's always been one of my favorite songs.
Well, that's awesome. If you haven't already, go get the EP that Ned LeDoux put out. Is it just self-titled? Is it called Ned LeDoux?
Forever a Cowboy.
Forever a Cowboy, and that's one of the songs on there as well. So
yeah.
Go check that out. It's great. Come check out the concert as well tonight. Special surprise like we talked about with Chase Rice. That's going to be something fun tonight. I can't wait for that. Thank you so much for taking some time for us. As always, you're always good to us, Ned. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Good to be here.
Go check this out tonight. 8 o'clock is when this will get started. There's still tickets available out here at the Greeley Stampede. Stop by our booth and say hello as well. We'll get you into some Keith Urban Carrie Underwood. That's a 5 Big 97.